On a rainy morning in Kolkata, a middle-aged man named Kabir Sen stood near the railway station, holding a broken umbrella. The rain poured relentlessly, soaking his worn-out shoes and faded shirt. He sold paper bookmarks for a living, colorful ones with small quotes written by hand. Every day, he'd stand there and whisper softly, "Sir, a bookmark for your book. Just 10 rupees." Most people ignored him. Some smiled politely and walked away, but a few kind souls stopped and bought one, mostly out of pity. Still, Kabir never lost his smile. That day, as he stood by the station gate, a young man in a navy blue suit rushed past him. He seemed tense, his phone pressed to his ear, his briefcase almost falling apart. Kabir, noticing this, held his umbrella over the man's head and said, "Sir, you'll get drenched. Please, take my umbrella." The man frowned. "I'm fine." But Kabir insisted, "It's an old umbrella, but it still knows how to protect." The man hesitated, then nodded, took it, and ran toward the train. Kabir smiled. He didn't expect the umbrella to return. 3 days passed. The rain stopped, and the city returned to its restless rhythm. Kabir stood again at the station with his bookmarks, humming an old Bengali tune. Just then, a luxury car stopped near him. The window rolled down, and the same man in the blue suit appeared. He stepped out, holding a brand new umbrella. "Hey," he said with a smile, "you gave me yours that day. I came to return it." Kabir blinked, surprised. He laughed softly. "I thought you'd forgotten." The man shook his head. "I don't forget kindness. I'm Ian Roy. I run a publishing company." Ian looked at the bookmarks in Kabir's hand and asked, "You make these?" "Yes, sir," I replied proudly. "I write the quotes myself. They keep people's pages and sometimes their hearts safe." Ian smiled. He took a few bookmarks, read them, and said, "These are beautiful. You have a gift." That evening, Ian returned to his office. He couldn't stop thinking about Kabir's words. They keep people's pages and hearts safe. The next morning, he asked his design team to create a new bookmark series inspired by Kabir's style. But something didn't feel right. He wanted Kabir himself to be part of it. So, the next day, Ian went back to the station. He found Kabir in his usual spot, still smiling at strangers. Ian said, "Mr. Kabir, I want to offer you something, a job in my company. I want your words, not just your bookmarks." Kabir looked stunned. "A job? But sir, I barely know computers or office work." Ian laughed. "That's fine. You just keep doing what you already do. Write words that touch people." Kabir hesitated, then nodded. "If my words can help, I'll try." From that day, Kabir began working in Ian's company as a motivational writer. He wrote small quotes, one-liners, and heartfelt messages that appeared on the inside covers of books, planners, and journals. People loved them. One quote read, "Rain doesn't wash away dreams. It helps them bloom." Another said, "Be someone's umbrella, even if yours has holes." Readers started sharing his lines online. Soon, Kabir's words began to travel across the world. Months passed. Ian's company grew rapidly. But more than business, it was the soul of Kabir's writing that made it special. One day, Ian found Kabir sitting quietly in the corner of the office, staring at the rain outside. "Everything okay?" Ian asked. Kabir smiled faintly. "Just remembering the station and that broken umbrella. Funny, isn't it, that a small act of kindness can change an entire life?" Ian replied, "Sometimes God hides success inside the simplest moments." A few weeks later, the company received an invitation to attend an international book fair in London. Ian insisted that Kabir come along. At first, Kabir refused. "I've never even been on a plane," he said. Ayan laughed. "Then it's about time you see how far your words can fly." In London, as they entered the exhibition hall, Kabir saw hundreds of stalls filled with books, art, and creativity. He felt small, but inspired. Ayan introduced him to a crowd saying, "This man taught me that kindness doesn't need wealth, it needs courage." Kabir's eyes glistened. He stepped up to the microphone and said softly, "I used to sell bookmarks under the rain. I thought I was protecting pages, but what I didn't realize was I was also writing my own story." The audience applauded. Reporters later called him the rain poet of Kolkata. Years later, Kabir published his own book titled The Man with the Old Umbrella. It became a bestseller. In the introduction, he wrote, "I once gave away my only umbrella to a stranger. That day, I thought I lost something small, but I gained an entire sky." Every copy of the book had one of his handwritten quotes inside. The profits were used to help street vendors and poor writers. One monsoon morning, Ayan visited Kabir at his small home. Rain poured outside, heavy, rhythmic, and endless. Kabir sat by the window, smiling at the sound. Ayan said, "Do you ever miss those days at the station?" Kabir replied, "Every day. That's what I learned, that no act of kindness ever disappears. It just changes address." They both laughed softly, watching the rain together. And as the drops hit the window, Kabir whispered, "Maybe this is what success feels like. Not when people remember your name, but when they remember your kindness." Moral of the story: the smallest act of kindness can open the biggest doors. Success often arrives disguised as a stranger. Treat everyone like a teacher. What you give to the world always finds its way back to you.